Hello, and welcome. In this video, we'll be going over the process of importing training and course data into your SkyPrep platform. You will first need to create your courses before you continue with the data import. If you don't know how to create them, you can watch the video in the description below. If you only want to keep your users' history and don't require them to be able to access the courses themselves do not need to contain any material. Simply creating an empty course will suffice. If you do this though, we recommend that you keep the course active setting in your course disabled. This will ensure your learners do not see the courses in their portal. There are two ways to import your users. You can use a CSV file, or you can go through the API. To get started with a CSV import, click on People, then on Users. On this page, click on Bulk User Management. Navigate over to CSV Bulk Upload Template and download the Excel spreadsheet. When it's open, go ahead and delete all of the placeholder data and begin filling in the sheet, but please do not change or remove the headers like first name, role, email, or email notifications. The first three columns, first name, last name, and email, are mandatory. The user will not be added unless these columns are filled in. Under Password, you can set your user's passwords manually. If you're doing this, ensure that the passwords are at least 8 characters long. Email notifications determines whether a user will have email notifications turned on, such as for new course enrollments or completed courses. This should be either yes or no. Send login info also uses yes or no, but determines whether or not users will receive their login credentials. Leaving either of these blank will default them to no. Role determines the user's role in the platform and can be either learner, manager, content-manager, or admin. Leaving it blank will set them to a learner. To enroll users into groups and learning paths, simply type their names in the respective columns. If you also want to enroll users into individual courses, just add a new header and label it courses. For all of them, separate multiples with semicolons. Now, let's talk about importing your data. To set your users' course progresses, you will need to add additional columns. Go ahead and add Course 1, Course 1 status, Course 1 date started, Course 1 date finished, and Course 1 expiration date. In the Course 1 column, enter the name of the course that you want to create a record for. In Course 1 status, enter the status of the user in that course. This can be either passed, failed, not started, not enrolled, or not -applicable. Not applicable is used to unenroll a user from a course that they would have otherwise been enrolled in, such as through a group that they are part of. Under Course 1 date started, enter the date that the user began the course in date, month, year format. We recommend doing this for users that are passed, failed, or in progress, although this is optional. Under Course 1 date finished, enter the day that the user finished the course in the same format as before. Again, this is optional, although we do recommend it for users that have either passed or failed. Lastly, Course 1 expiration date will let you set the day that the user is re-enrolled into the course. This is useful for recurring courses such as compliance training that requires users to complete them on an ongoing basis. For more information about how to set up recurring training, take a look at the video linked in the description below. Continue doing this for the rest of your courses, but labeling them Course 2, Course 3, and so on. Language, if left blank, will set the user's platform language to the default language in the customization area. If you want to change it, use the standard 2-letter ISO language codes, such as ES for Spanish, FR for French, or DE for German. The rest of the columns, such as company, cell, and user identifier, are used to enter information into the relevant fields as set in the custom labels area of the platform. These refer to the default values of the fields, so if you need to add additional columns, insert the default values and replace spaces with underscores. Once that's done, save the document, go back to the bulk user upload page, and click Choose File. Select the file you just finished and click Upload Users. All of the new users will now be imported into your platform with their course progresses saved. Now let's cover the process of importing data via the API. Just like before, you will need to first create the courses. However, If you simply want to maintain the historical data and don't necessarily care about them actually taking the courses, you can skip manually creating them and rely on API calls instead. In this case, use the Create Course API call to create your courses. Next, use the Create User call to create the users. The user details are handled by additional parameters that can be found in the API documentation. Use the Get Course Progress call and pass in the user and the course. And finally, use the Update Course Progress call to set the user's course progresses. For both the CSV and API methods, learning path progress cannot be set manually, but will instead be automatically calculated based on the statuses of the courses it contains. This covers both of our data import methods, and if you have any additional questions, you can contact your account manager for more assistance or use the Help Resources button at the bottom of your screen.